Hello everyone, myself Shwangi Desai, your instructor for the video series of Data Mining and Business Intelligence. Today's our topic is Hadoop architecture. So let's get started. Hadoop is an open source distributed processing framework that manages data processing and storage for big data application running in clustered systems. It also includes predictive analytics, data mining, and machine learning applications. Hadoop can handle various forms of structured and unstructured data, giving users more flexibility for collecting, processing, and analyzing data than relational databases and data warehouse provided. Basically, Hadoop architecture is composed of two main systems. First one is HDFS, which stands for Hadoop Distributed File System, and second is MapReduce. Hadoop Distributed File System is the storage system for Hadoop spread out over multiple machines as a means to reduce cost and increase reliability, whereas MapReduce engine is the algorithm that filters, sorts, and then uses the database input in some way. So let's discuss HDFS in detail. So as I told you, HDFS stands for Hadoop Distributed File System. It provides for data storage of Hadoop. HDFS splits the data unit into smaller units called blocks and store them in a distributed manner. It has got two daemons running, one for master node, which is known as name node, and other for slave node, that is called as data node. When HDFS takes in data, it breaks the information down into separate blocks and distributes them to different nodes in a cluster so that it can perform tasks in parallel to work in more efficient manner. HDFS has a master-slave architecture. The daemon called name node runs on the master server. It is responsible for namespace management and regulates file access by the client. Whereas the data node daemons runs on the slave nodes. It is responsible for storing actual business data. Internally, a file gets split into a number of data blocks and stored on a group of slave machines. Name node manages modification to file system namespace. There are actions like the opening, closing, and renaming files or directories. Name node also keeps track of mapping of blocks to data nodes. This data node serves read-write requests from the file system's client. Data node also creates, deletes, and replicates blocks on demand from name node. So let's discuss name node in detail. So as we discussed, name node is the master node in the Hadoop HDFS architecture that maintains and manages the block present on the data nodes. Name node is a very highly available server that manages the file system, namespace, and controls access to file by clients. The HDFS architecture is built in such a way that the user data never resides on the name node. The data resides on data nodes only. Name node records the metadata of all the files stored in the cluster. For example, the location of blocks stored, the size of the files, permissions, hierarchy, etc. It records each change that takes place to the file system metadata. For example, if a file is deleted in HDFS, the name node will immediately record this in the edit log. It regularly receives a heartbeat and a block report from all the data nodes in the cluster to ensure that the data nodes are live. It keeps a record of all the blocks in the HDFS and in which nodes these blocks are located. The name node is also responsible to take care of the replication factor of all the blocks. In case of the data node failure, the name node chooses new data nodes for new replicas, balances disk usage, and manages the communication traffic to data nodes. Now let's discuss data node. Data nodes are the slave nodes in HDFS. The actual data is stored on data nodes. The data nodes perform the low-level read and write requests from the file system's client. Data nodes store and maintain the blocks. While there is only one name node, there can be multiple data nodes which are responsible for retrieving the blocks when requested by the name node. Data nodes send the block report to the name node every 10 seconds In this way, the name node receives information about the data nodes stored in its RAM and disk. Now let's discuss secondary name node. Apart from these two daemons, there is a third daemon or a process called secondary name node. The secondary name node works concurrently with the primary name node as a helper daemon. And don't be confused about the secondary name node being a backup name node, because it is not. The secondary name node is one which constantly reads all the file system and metadata from the RAM of the name node and writes it into the hard disk or the file system. Secondary name node performs regular checkpoints in HDFS, and therefore it is also called as checkpoint node. Now let's discuss the MapReduce paradigm. Hadoop MapReduce is a framework for processing large data sets in parallel across a Hadoop cluster. Data analysis uses two steps. First is map process and second is reduce process. During the map phase, the input data is divided into input splits for analysis by map task running in parallel across the Hadoop cluster. By default, the MapReduce framework gets input data from the Hadoop distributed file system. Using the MarkLogic connector for Hadoop enables the framework to get input data from a MarkLogic server instance. The reduce phase uses result from map task as input to a set of parallel reduce tasks. The reduce task consolidate the data into final results. By default, the MapReduce framework stores result in HDFS. Using the MarkLogic connector for Hadoop enables the framework to store result in a MarkLogic server instance. Now let's discuss the advantages of Hadoop architecture. Here is a list of advantages, out of which the first one is fast. In HDFS, the data distributed over the cluster and are mapped, which helps in faster retrieval. Even the tools to process the data are often on the same servers, thus reducing the processing time. It is able to process terabytes of data in minutes and petabytes in hours. Second, scalable. Hadoop cluster can be extended by just adding nodes in the cluster. Next, cost effective. Hadoop is open source and uses commodity hardware to store data, so it really cost effective as compared to traditional relational database management system. And last is resilient to failure. HDFS has the property with which it can replicate data over the network. So if one node is down or some other network failure happens, then Hadoop takes the other copy of data and use it. Normally, data are replicated thrice, but the replication factor is configurable. That's it for this lecture. Thank you.